Welcome to Melissa Theater. Coming to the dock. No? Alright. Are you recording?
Yes.
Nice. Action. Hello. Welcome to another episode of They Didn't Teach Me That in Truck School with Melissa. Today's episode is where to park as being the night driver. So whether it be it's the end of your shift, you've delivered, now where are you going to go to wait till the next load? Where is it that you're going to park?
I don't like this.
And take two. Welcome to another episode of They Didn't Teach Me That in Truck School with Melissa. Today's episode is where to park late at night. Yes, that is a challenge for some of us who drive the late night shift. So, there are some different scenarios. Where are you going to park for shift change? Where are you going to park until the next load? So that maybe means you have time on a load, you've delivered, a lot of options. So I know that Vince and I personally, we like to talk out where I'm going to park. And there's definitely several different options or variables that we're going to talk about today. So let's go with option number one. So just simply shift changing. So I'll tell you what Vince and I do. We use the Loves app. We like to map our route. There's a map route option on the Loves app. And we will shoot for short distance, medium distance, and if you're feeling really like you can drive superstar, use all your time, long distance goals. So we will talk about what loves in the future those are, and we will strive for those. And Vince and I do our shift change. So again, I drive 3 p.m. to 3 a.m. and Vince is 3 a.m. to 3 p.m., give or take a few hours. So if we're just doing shift changing, standardly we'll do that at a Loves, and we will do that within the fuel island. Yes, I'm saying it. We do it within the fuel island. Standardly though, that's coming with either fueling on Vince's shift, windshield cleaning, trash throwing out, possibly refilling our water. So there's something that we're doing while we're in the fuel island, and a pre-trip will happen at that time for the next for Vince, since it's on my shift. So Vince would be doing a pre-trip as well at that time, so getting his coffee and his tea to start his shift, and that's how we do shift swap late at night. The other option, I guess, would be if you have time on a load. So your load maybe doesn't deliver until 8 a.m., but you're going to arrive at 3 or 4 in the morning. So some things that we'll do is we'll look at the consignee and or consignee and see if they have availability for us to park on their premises. We do use, is it Google Maps? Google Maps satellite view, and we'll see if they have anything that looks like a gate, if there's extra parking. And those are some things that we'll definitely check out, so that I know I can roll up, park, and then crawl in bed and wait for him to get up in the morning to do delivery. If it does appear that they have parking, that's what I'll do. If it does not appear that they have any kind of parking, things that we look at are strip malls in the area that may have parking, Walmarts that permit us, hardware stores such as Lowe's and Home Depot in the area, a cul-de-sac maybe, some street side parking. Those are all other options that we look at that are within the area that we're going to be delivering. I know that Cracker Barrel has RV parking that's big enough for us, but ultimately what I'm saying is truck stops and rest areas are full. I'm going to say 99.9% of the time, by the time that I'm getting ready to shut down or call at the end of my shift. So you have to get creative and find some alternative areas. So I guess the other instance that we would have is truly if we're not delivering and I'm just getting us to our next destination and I need to shut down for a while. What does that look like? So where am I going to park? And again, we'll use those same techniques, you know, strip mall, Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot. And then I also look at rest areas, and I use the Trucker Path app, and it shows you if areas are, truck stops or rest areas are full, service plazas, that kind of thing if you're up in the Northeast, if they're full or somewhat full or not full. And then sometimes I also will do a drive-through. So for instance, the other night I had 2 rest areas and a Love's within my distance, and it was getting close to 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. I did pull-throughs, knowing that I had enough time on my clock. I did pull-throughs of both rest areas, which the second one did provide a space. But I have a plan, you know, I maybe give myself 3 options, and then after that I'm going to have to maybe pull over, take another secondary look at my map and see where I might be able to park. But standardly, Vince and I, we pre-plan a few options. Again, you do need to make sure you have enough time on your clock to make those options happen. You wouldn't want to be down to like your last 20-15 minutes and try to find a place to park to get a reset in or to completely shut down for the evening. But it can be tricky being the night driver and knowing where to park for the evening. So curious, how do you all, those of you that are night drivers, plan your parking for shift swapping or you know, the end of your trip, or to wait for the next day, or all the things I've discussed? How do you all plan those? So please hold, because the producer's asking me a question or to make sure that I mention something, and the co-producer is licking my toes, so please hold. I don't know what she's doing. She's like rubbing my foot.
What do you do for your 30-minute break?
All right. The producer has spoke with me, and he's inquired as to what I do for my 30-minute break. So I, again, will use Trucker Path and see if there's availability at a rest area. I can pull through a rest area and do my 30-minute break there. Or I will do it, I'm going to say this, and I know it may get some haters, but sometimes I can get one in the fuel island late at night. They're not as busy. I'm always respectful to the next person who's going to need to fuel, but I can fuel, I can wash my windshield, I can empty trash, and then pull forward into that next area there in the fuel island and go in and get my beverage and maybe use the restroom. Again, I never do a 30-minute break in a fuel island if there are people who are needing the fuel island. That just is trucker etiquette and rude. However, if you are the night driver, you will know that late at night, most fuel islands are pretty empty. So those are some things that I do for my 30-minute break. Again, because it can be challenging as to where you're going to park. You just can't pull into a truck stop, find an empty spot, and back up. Sometimes Vince and I also use reserved parking, which is not at the preferred truck stop that we like to use. We do use Love's almost exclusively, but sometimes some of the other truck stops such as TA, Pilot and Flying J, and Petro have what they call reserved parking that doesn't always get full, and sometimes Vince and I will retreat there if we're doing a late night delivery, say a 9 p.m. delivery. We'll retreat to one of those truck stops and already know that we need to be in that mode of paying for parking. But that means we're also going to get a good night's rest, which, as if you've been watching our videos, safety is number one for Vince and I, and a good night's rest is what we need in order to be safe. So anyway, just things I didn't know in trucking would be how to trip plan, and definitely trip planning in the evening or late at night is something different, I think, than it is during the daytime. So hit us up if you have any questions. Comment below. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram and Facebook. And if you're interested in what we do out here, it requires at least a Class B CDL with your hazmat and tanker endorsement. It does require you to have a partner of some kind. We do not do solos here at Hyfield. And so if you're interested, let us know. Leave your comments. And then, as Vince always says, don't leave money on the table. All right, have a great day, everybody. Thanks for listening to another episode of They Didn't Teach Me That in Trekking School with Melissa. Bye.